the thing is, and I hear this so much from so many people, is there's this really unrealistic expectation that you're going to meet someone and within a few weeks, you're going to be in love with them, you're going to be committed, and you're going to be riding off into the sunset, living happily ever after. And like, let me just say, if that's happening that quickly, you've got to realize you are operating over some really important stuff. And it is gonna catch up with you down the road. So you should not, actually, in a healthy way, you really should not be moving into a relationship that quickly. Okay, it should not be a matter of weeks. It should be a matter of months. And again, in some cases, even a matter of years. And so I'm gonna break that down for you today and kind of help you understand what this all looks like. So to start, I want to say there are 3 phases that I've outlined in this framework. The first phase is what I call the discovery phase. The discovery phase is no commitment. The discovery phase is there is absolute freedom to get to know each other without any expectation about what the other person is going to do, right? There's no trying to push this person into a relationship. It's just complete freedom. Let's get to know each other. You're free to stay. You're free to go. I'm not pushing any expectations on you. It is just like, let's have some freedom to get to know each other. That's the discovery phase. Now, the second phase is what I would call the building phase. The building phase has like a medium level of commitment. And that medium level of commitment is where it's like, okay, we've established that there is real interest here. We've established that we want to be together. We've established that we see the potential, that we're excited about the potential. We have feelings for each other. We want to explore those feelings. You know, we like all of that, right? So there's a medium level of commitment. It's like, okay, we've established that there is interest, there is desire, we do want this. And now we're putting in the work together to see if we can actually last long term. The third phase is what I call the commitment phase. And the third phase this is where I would say, and it can look a little bit differently for different people, right? Not everybody wants to get married. Not everybody wants to have children. So it can look differently for different people. But I would say the commitment phase is where you do things like you ask someone to marry you. You move in together. You start, if you want to plan a family or something like that. But what the commitment phase is characterized by is the long-term commitments. Okay, so it's like we're making an agreement, really. When you enter into the commitment phase, it's like you make an agreement that we are going to be together long-term, right? This isn't just us hanging out. This isn't just us getting to know each other. When we go into the commitment phase, we are actually agreeing with each other that this is going to be a long-term thing. This is going to be a lifetime thing, that we want to build a life together. So in order to get to the commitment phase, you need to go through the discovery phase and the building phase. And if you jump over those first 2 phases into the commitment phase, what I want you to know is that your commitment is not real. It might feel real in the moment. There might be a lot of feelings behind it. You go, oh my God, I've never felt like this and I want to be with you forever. And it might feel very real, but you've got to understand that you haven't done the work in the relationship to actually have it be real. And what happens is when you bypass those first 2 phases and you jump into the commitment phase without really doing the work in those first 2 phases, all the things you skipped over in the beginning are going to come back and bite you in the ass later on. And now some couples rise to the occasion when that stuff comes back and bites them in the ass and they say, no, we really want to be together. And so they do the work anyway and they last. And that can happen. What happens for most people is when all that stuff comes back to bite them in the ass, they become disillusioned about the relationship. They say, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I was looking for. This isn't what I want. And you're not who I thought you were. And you duped me, or you lied to me, or you tricked me, or you presented yourself as something other than what you were. And they end the relationship or they walk away from it. That's what happens most of the time. So, again, I see some people, I mentioned this earlier, but people are like, I met my husband and we got married a month later and we've been together for 35 years and we're happier than ever. And it's like, okay, great. You're one of the exceptions, right? It's awesome. I'm positive that stuff came back to bite you in the ass. I'm positive because it couldn't not, right? But you rose to the occasion, you did the work, and you figured it out with each other. That's amazing, good for you. But as overall, that's not good advice, right? It's not good advice to tell people to jump into high levels of commitment with each other when you barely know the person. And so what is really needed, and I want to share this with you because some of you might be in the early phases of getting to know someone right now. Some of you might be 6 or 8 months in with someone. Some of you might be even a few years in with someone. Some of you might be single and you're dating and like looking for a partner. But wherever you are, I want you to be able to accurately assess where you are in the stages and be able to like consciously accept where you are so that you can work with where you are rather than feeling like you need to be somewhere else or wishing that you were somewhere else or trying to push to be somewhere else. Because those are the things that actually destroy a relationship.